We're locked and loaded right here with another Canon review, and literally it looks like I have a Canon. Today we're going to be checking out the Canon 70-200 2.8L version 2 USM lens, and let me just tell you right off the bat, bam! This is exactly what you need if you're into weddings, sports, maybe a little bit of wildlife, even landscapes. But this is a lens that is essential for a lot of people out there. You set this bad boy at 120 millimeters, 105 millimeters as well. You're getting phenomenal portraits and headshots with this bad boy. Throughout this video, you're going to be seeing some photos of everything, and that was taken on the 5D Mark III with this 70-200 version 2. So anything that you see is from that lens and that camera. So as you see paired together, they are the optimal quality that you can get for full frame and L, lenses coming together. So with that being said, this is a $2,000 to $2,100 lens, all depending on where you get it, but it's a crutch for a lot of people in this industry because of the versatility that provides from the 70-200. You even throw that bad boy in an APS-C camera and bam, you get an extended range as well for a 2.8. You have a 2.8 range to a 32. Typical in those. The Nikon's around the same thing as well. It does have two optical stabilization modes. Mode 1 is more for your natural shake that you normally get, and mode 2 is more or less for your panning. It'll try and stabilize, for more or less going more extreme motion. So if you're panning, that will be something more or less like that. So if you're trying to follow more of a race car or you're trying to get those tracking shots, that's probably the best option for that mode 2. But there's that switch on the side that you can flip, back and forth. And I'm gonna get this right, but it has multi-lens coating with a fluorite and USD elements, something like that. But essentially, it just reduces ghosting and chromatic aberrations. And I saw with this lens that it really does do that. You don't really get a lot with it. Plus, it's a professional lens on a professional camera. You're not gonna get a lot of that stuff anyway, especially for $2,000. You shouldn't. Let me tell you with that, the bokeh just melts things away. I'm gonna put a picture up here where I have the 24-105 lens out of focus, and you'll see the background that's in focus so you can see all the distractions. But once I focus directly right on there, zoom in a little bit, you'll see 70 of the 70-200 and then 200 on the 70-200. You will see that background just melts away. It's like butter, baby. Now, a common complaint a lot of people might have is that it is a bit heavy. It is like 3.3 pounds. So it is a decent piece of glass, and to get a 2.8, in that, it is a huge front element. But to get that constant 2.8, you're always going to have that big piece of glass. But this thing is just gorgeous. It works extremely well. If you ever want to use this on a tripod, it actually comes with a collar, which you don't have to buy separately. So you can just screw the plate in here, or the shoe, whatever you like to, whatever you know it as, and you mount it that way. Don't ever do it the other way, where you mount it on the bottom of the camera and have this tip over and snap your freaking mount. So if you're watching this video, you kind of know who this is for. Now, there is a lower end 70-200 f4, which is a strong lens. It is much smaller, much more portable, lightweight, and a little more shrunken. But this is what you want if you want a professional, hell of an investment type of thing. Now, the version 1 wasn't bad at this as well, so that's at a cheaper price. But for the version 2, they improved a lot, especially with the autofocusing. It is pretty snappy. It is pretty fast. Once again, it all depends on what camera you're using. But I did notice that it lost tracking a little bit. I was just taking a picture of this runner going across the screen, and I was using it with the 5D Mark III. It would have probably been better with something else. But it did seem like it hunted just a little bit. But for the most part, I'd say it had like an 8 out of 10 hit rate, which is pretty phenomenal. And the fact that it's a constant f2.8, from 70 millimeters all the way to 200, that is phenomenal. If you really don't want to try and force your flash into a place where it might not be warranted, you just up the ISO, throw that bad boy to 2.8, and it can help in that situation. Or even if you want, it could even help blur out distracting backgrounds even easier. If you're a professional or prosumer and you really want to look at a versatile lens that gets you pretty much a lot of the telephoto stuff that you need, look into this lens. Once again, I know it's a bit expensive. Catch it used for $200 or $300 less. Catch the version 1 as well. But version 2 was built for a reason, to help out with some things and some build issues. And I mean, it delivers. What do you expect? It's a professional lens. Check out some of my other Canon reviews. I reviewed the Canon 5D Mark III down below, and the 24-105. Compared together, the 24-105 lens and the 70-200, even though there's a little bit of an overlap, they are a great combination for a wedding or event kit if you're trying to build out. But once again, that's going to run you about $3,000 alone, minus whatever camera that you pick. to go with this situation. Thank you so much for watching this video, and any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I'm looking to do a lot more Canon stuff as well going into, this year of 2016, so hopefully I get hands-on a lot more. But check out a lot of my other playlists as well. I have stuff from Nikon and Sony, and we're going to be doing a lot more of that this year as well. Once again, thank you so much for sticking around for this video. If you're looking at this lens, really, really debate it. It is a great investment that you could put into it if this is something that you really, really need.